Anyway, I don't have a point to this video and this rant in the same way that I did the last one, but I just wanted to give you the positives, and I wanted to let you know that the negativity I brought in the last video and the positivity that I attempted to show, in this video, coexist. They are both true and factual states that I live in, and just because you may be hearing more of the negative side from me lately, the positive is still there, and ultimately I am loving Kill Team, and I am wanting to expand to 40k, and I'm going to. I seriously have to just pick a faction. I just have to pick a faction and build the army and play the game. Hello everybody, it's Glass Half Dead here, and today I'm going to do the opposite of what I did in my last video. My last video was very negative, I suppose we could say. I mean, it was realistic, but looking at the negative aspects of Games Workshop from a content creator's perspective. So today I'm going to do the opposite. However, just like in the last video, I'm going to start by saying Kill Team's really good. I'm still enjoying Kill Team. However, somebody said in my last video that if I'm becoming a little bit wearied by all these things and my goal is no longer to win in tournaments, then why don't I start covering other aspects of Kill Team? For example, campaign or narrative or something like that. And that's because, to me, Kill Team isn't a campaign game and isn't really a narrative game. Obviously, you can insert your own narrative into the game, but I don't feel like the mechanics of it really provide anything. However, if I were to be playing another game, for example, Necromunda, I would feel like, okay, this is a game that can be played narratively. Every person is a person. You can change their loadout, just like a normal person can pick up a different weapon. Your gangers can pick up different weapons, and they can gain experience, they can upgrade from juves, blah blah blah. In Kill Team, I just don't get that. You know, why would this special operative only ever use a las gun? I don't know. Anyway, to me, Kill Team is not a narrative game, and I'm totally okay with that. And that is not a negative in any way, because all the games I've been playing are quick, short, sharp, fast, competitive games. That's great. I'm loving it. I don't want to stop playing that. So I wouldn't really want to start covering things that I'm not playing properly, like the narrative side of things. Okay, let's talk about Games Workshop and why they are so good. Also, try and keep in mind that everything I'm about to say is me being as realistic as possible. And I'm not a very happy person in like every sense of the word. So when I'm saying something, just because I'm not being super emotive and screaming about it, that doesn't mean I'm not actually very excited about it. So with that said, Games Workshop has an amazing amount of force behind it. Not the Star Wars midichlorian type force, but the ability to create a community. Now, this is because they are, of course, the largest miniatures company. And in my previous video, when I was complaining that they're not very good at certain things, and I really want to play other games, I think we all kind of accept that you don't play a Games Workshop game for the top quality rules, right? We all know that. We accept it. However, somebody left a comment saying, the best game is the game you can actually play. I think that's very true as well. And which game can you play? The Games Workshop games, right? I don't know about you guys, but if I want to find a game, I start by looking for Games Workshop games. I can find them. I then go down to Fantasy Flight games. I could probably find them. Not all of them, but, you know, the big ones. There's some Legion, not much. There's obviously X-Wing everywhere. That's kind of it. I can't really find anything else from them. But Games Workshop, no problems. And then once I'm past that, I mean, it gets dicey. I'm sure if I were to prod around, I could dig up where the local Infinity guys are, the Malifaux guys, etc., etc. But they're not just there, unlike Games Workshop. Games Workshop and the people that play it are everywhere. You can always get a game, and that in itself is worth more than its weight in gold. And to the point of the video, as somebody that is creating content for a Games Workshop game, you need to be able to play the bloody game, right? So I would not have been able to create this channel in the same way that I have if I wasn't doing it with the Games Workshop game. And that, of course, is huge. And the reason that I was ranting in my last video about, oh, you know, creating content for GW sucks, blah, 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 is only because I have gotten to a point in my YouTube journey where I'm like, you know, I really enjoy making videos. This is really good fun. I like talking to this community of people that are following a Games Workshop game. None of you would be here if I was talking about, I was going to say some names of other games there, but I'm trying not to be salty here. But obviously there are other games that are much, much, much smaller, and if I were to be talking about them, I'd probably have like 10 subscribers, and none of them would comment, you know? So Games Workshop has allowed me to do what I enjoy doing. And I like, is there a way to repay that? I don't think so. And it's all about community, but let's not, I could honestly just make an entire 10 minutes on why I like the community. But the community is you guys, and that sounds like I'm just going to get into one of those people that's like, oh, I love the community so much. Oh my god, you guys are so great. And that's true, but that's not what this video is about. Let's talk about start collecting boxes. They are amazing. So start collecting boxes are Games Workshop's loss leaders. They're not actually making a loss off them, they're just making less profit than they normally would by giving you a discount on products. Where did we get start collecting boxes? Well, we can thank Fantasy Flight Games for that. We can thank X-Wing for that. But we have them now, and they're great. Like, so I play Kill Team, right? And in my videos where I'm saying, oh, this is what you should buy to start a new Kill Team, I really struggle to not just say, pick a faction, buy their start collecting box. And, of course, the argument is, oh, well, but then I get, let's say, Orcs. That's an amazing start collecting box. You get a Commander, Orc Boys, which, of course, can also be Commandos. You get Knobs. But you also get a Death Dread. So somebody could, you know, argue, oh, but should I really get that? Because I don't need a Death Dread. It's like, okay, well, fine. If you never, ever want to go to 40k, cool. You don't need the Death Dread. Then it's scenery. But you know what? Keep the Death Dread, build it. It's a really cool model, and you know, maybe go to 40k. Like, I openly tell people, you're probably gonna move to 40k after Kill Team. Like, this is Games Workshop's funnel, and I actually fully support it. Like, they've done a brilliant job. I know that a lot of people complain about the rules, but I actually love that they have decided to keep the Kill Team data sheets as the 40k data sheets. I think that is really good. And even for me, somebody that is thinking of doing exactly that, I've got like 16 or something ridiculous Kill Team factions now. And I'm like, you know what? I want to take one, maybe two of them, up to 40k level. Which one should I pick? And I'm looking at them, and because I've been lucky enough that, well, I spend way too much money that I don't have, is what I mean, to generally buy the start collecting box. If I pick the right faction, I'm basically already there. I can almost, you know, by only buying like another elite box and a second HQ, pick up a 500 point game of Warhammer. And that's really awesome. Like, that is actually really cool. That is something I like. Now let's talk about Games Workshop's release schedule. I could say a lot of negative things about it, but I'm going to say how awesome it is instead. There is always something for you. Like, there's always a new cool model, and let's be honest, Games Workshop does do the best models, okay? In plastic, at least. In other things, questionable. But if you want a plastic model, Games Workshop does amazing things. Like, what are they releasing next? Is it today? They're announcing it today? It's for pre-order for next week? Or is it pre-order for now? I can't remember. We're getting a new Primaris Ragnar Blackmane, and we're getting a new Gazcol Thraka. I do not play Orcs. I do not play Space Wolves. I might buy those models. And you know what? They're both going to come out in a battle box, aren't they? So we're going to get Primaris Ragnar Blackmane, plus a few Space Wolf, Primaris Marines, obviously. Maybe we get Wolfen. That'd be cool. Then we're going to get Ghazghkull Thraka and some Orc dudes. You know, and like, I don't collect them. I don't need the rest of those armies. I might buy it anyway, because I'm really excited for awesome models. Purely, I will point out, for nostalgia reasons. Because I remember Ghazghkull Thraka back in the edition of White Dwarf, where he was first introduced. Yes, I'm old, I know. And, let's be honest, I don't have to worry about these two sculpts that are about to release. I know they're going to look good. Now, sometimes you look at it in a picture and you think, that's not really for me. But when you're putting it together, I have never put together a model and failed to see some sort of beauty in it. Like, genuinely. It was the Admech priests that everybody says they don't like, the Corpuscari. And I kind of like, yeah, okay, they don't do anything for me either. But then after I put one together, I was like, you know what? Yeah, I really like this model. It looks really good. And now let's talk about how Games Workshop treats its content creators. It treats some of them really damn well. Let's be honest. I don't know about you guys, but it was Glacial Geek and Guerrilla Miniature Gaming when the Elites book came out. I think it was Glacial Geek. You know, he just had a close-up of the Elites book as he flicked through it. I spent like hours paused on his video looking at it and that was brilliant. And the fact that Games Workshop gave him that and allowed him to just flick through the book is amazing. Like, some companies wouldn't allow that to be a thing. Games Workshop, for all their sins, are okay with it. And that was awesome, and brings me to the other point I made last time, where there are some content creators that I feel are putting out an interesting product, shall we say, because we're keeping it positive. An interesting product. You know, the news readers, the Warhammer community reading guys, shall we say. Now, I'm not that interested in that kind of content. However, if I am interested in the release, you know, if I'm really interested in whatever the Warhammer community article actually is, I will go and watch those videos. And I know it's just going to be them reading the thing that I just read and then talking for 5 minutes, probably about something else. But I watch them and I like them. And let's not mistake that for being the same as people that talk about lore, do lore videos, or even there are some people out there that just read, like the codex, the lore codex. Whenever I get interested in a new faction, I watch hours of their videos. That is amazing content. I wish I could do that. That's great. I tried to do a lore video. For Tau. I've tried that. I've done it for Dark Eldar as well. And they just didn't take off for me. And I'm so sad. I always wanted this channel to be a lore channel as well. You know, just really soaking in all of the Warhammer content. It didn't happen for me, but I'm so glad that it's there for them and that I can go and consume that, because it's honestly great. Anyway, I don't have a point to this video and this rant in the same way that I did the last one. But I just wanted to give you the positives, and I wanted to let you know that the negativity I brought in the last video and the positivity that I attempted to show, in this video, coexist. They are both true and factual states that I live in, and just because you may be hearing more of the negative side from me lately, the positive is still there, and ultimately I am loving Kill Team, and I am wanting to expand to 40k, and I'm going to. I seriously have to just pick a faction. I just have to pick a faction and build the army and play the game. And I'm actually loving the idea of Combat Patrol, 250 point kill team. 40k but played as if it were Kill Team, essentially. So not quite the same, without the same restrictions as, you know what, it's a thing. It's a thing, don't worry about it. So I am very interested in Games Workshop and where it's going, and I'm super excited for what they do with Ninth. What that's going to mean for Kill Team. Are they going to reboot Kill Team? Are they going to roll Kill Team into the Ninth code rulebook? Is it just going to be, as somebody said, the fourth way to play? Amazing. Whatever they decide to do with it, I am going to be excited to talk about it. In the same way that I am still excited to talk about it right now. There is no diminishment of my excitement. Yes, I am excited about Warcaster. I'm really excited for that. I'm also looking forward to opening up the new Infinity box and see if, hey, actually, now that they've pared down the Infinity rule set, I like this as well. I'm really feeling the cyberpunk aesthetic at the moment. Well, no, sorry. The space opera aesthetic at the moment. So those games are kind of doing it for me, I've got to be honest. But, no point to the rant. Just wanted to let you know positivity exists in Glass Half Dead's world. And let's not forget that I hope you've had a good day and continue to have a good day. Goodbye.